Hey, welcome everybody to my channel, Paint with Rick. I'm doing an acrylic landscape today with Liquitex Basics acrylic, okay? I just found out like a week ago that these inexpensive acrylic paints work fairly decent, okay, for landscapes. So let me go through. I'm only using a few colors today. Light blue permanent, light blue violet, white of course, and I took hooker green. This is hooker green here, and I mixed a little bit of where is that color? So hooker green, I mixed raw sienna and yellow to get this olive green color here, okay? This is hooker green out of the tube right here. This hooker green, I added burnt umber to it to get a dark color for the evergreen trees. And this is all we're going to use, okay? And then burnt umber. What I'm going to do is lay this out real quick for you with this is an oil, number 2 oil brush, but we're doing acrylic, but I just like the way this brush is really stout, so it doesn't bend that easy. So what I'm going to do is lay this out. So I'm going to have the horizon pretty low today, like right about there. Okay, and then we're going to have a big mountain. These mountains are going to have a snow on them. So I use water as well. I put water on my brush, and then I'll pick the paint up. So let's have some cool mountains here. Maybe this will tie up and come up over here. And we'll have a bunch of peaks. And I think I want to have another, like a mountain coming down from the side in front of this one, okay? Then we'll have distant trees here. Some trees coming from here, even some more distant trees behind those. This will all be water in here, so then I'm going to have down here just some bushes. I'll just kind of lay the painting in, and then we'll have an evergreen tree here, one here, a big one going here, and some cool clouds. So there's the layout. And this is acrylic paint, so this is a kind of a beginner's painting, okay? I'm going to use a bristle brush. You could get these at Michael's to lay in my sky. Because if you use, you could get larger acrylic brushes. Like here's a number 10 filbert. But even with this, it would take a while to get all your blue up there. I'm going to use a bristle brush and try and put some different colors up there with some clouds and try and get it to blend in while it's wet, okay? So let's get started. I'm going to use that light blue permanent up in the sky. So I'm going to wet my brush and grab some paint. Let's get some color going in the sky here. Make sure you wet your brush a little. I'm not going to put the paint everywhere because I'm going to add some white into it now, okay? Just about that much blue up there. With the same brush, just grab some titanium white now, and let's pick up some of this blue at the bottom and bring it down to our mountaintops. just to lighten the horizon up with titanium white. Okay, let's get some more white. Add some white up here where I didn't quite hit with the paint. Just pull it into the painting. I'm going to try and make these end up looking like clouds. All these, all this white I'm adding in right now. All right, now take the same brush and rinse it off in water. I'm just using a Folgers cup of water, and then wipe the brush off, dry it off a little. Let's come up here and blend this while it's wet. Now, I know everybody out there knows Bob Ross. I love Bob Ross too, but this is acrylic. It's a little different. It dries faster, so we got to come up in here and work fast. So let's blend out the blue spots first. Wipe your brush. Lightly blend the blue spots out. Now let's do the white clouds. Very lightly, get a blend on it. Try not to go back into your blue, because you'll contaminate it with white and it'll make it lighter. So I'm just barely blending those white spots, and look at that. It's like we almost got a sky of clouds up there already. That look cool? I'm going to add more clouds to it. So now I'm going to grab a filbert brush, and I'm going to lay my mountain in here. I'm going to use this light violet blue and put a little Payne's gray in it, okay? I think I forgot to mention the Payne's gray. But what I want is like a grayish color. And let's come in here and just put in your mountain peaks first with this bluish gray. Very easy. And now just come up here and start pulling the color down to shape the mountain, okay? Let's just pull the color down, shape it. At the bottom, let's grab a little titanium white now at the bottom and just brush it in the bottom of the mountain. Titanium white, just to lighten up the bottom of the mountain here. Very loosely. Very good. Painting. I want to put this mountain in front now, so wipe your brush off and grab some of that dark color again, and let's put this dark ridge back in here. And now let's pull that down, fill it in. What I'm looking for is another mountain in front of that one there. It's a beginner's painting. This is really easy. Nothing hard yet. Now grab a little white and let's lighten up the bottom of this mountain with just titanium white. Just blend it in there. Acrylic paint dries fast, so you gotta work fast. We're just doing the underpaint right now, okay? We're not painting yet. So we're trying to get a color on the painting first, on the canvas, and then we'll start putting in the snow and the trees and all that. Let's go back to our original brush that we used for the sky, and I'm going to put some water down here now, and I'm going to use the blue I used in the sky, but I'm going to add a little gray to it, okay? Payne's gray. It's almost the same color as the mountain, but we're gonna have like dark water down here. Just take your brush and put it on horizontally like this, okay? All the way across. It's going to be water. Now, we'll have bushes down here, so you only have to come down so far. With the same brush, grab a little titanium white, and let's lighten up the distance here with white. Just take your brush and lighten up the back part of the water. It's going to make the water appear further back, okay? Let's blend those. You could blend the bottom of your mountain in there if you want, but there's our water. That looks good. Very good. I like that. Let's put in our foliage down here with that dark color. So now I'm going to dip into this hooker green and burnt umber. I mixed it about half and half. I'm going to grab a brush that that's good for making bushes. It's just, they call it a chip brush. It's a bristle brush, and it's nice to make bushes with. So I'm going to dip into my water, get my brush wet with water, and then just kind of tap into the color with the brush. And let's put some bushes down here first at the bottom. Just let the brush make the top of the bushes. You see that? Get some more paint. Just worry about the top part of the bush right now, okay? Don't worry about the bottom. Let's just get a nice row of bushes going all the way across with this bristle brush. If you don't have a bristle brush, you'll have to use a fan brush or something, okay? Now, with the same brush, let's come a little lower and let's put some more bushes like underneath those. We'll leave a little separation in there, okay? Over here, the same way. Just tap in some bush tops here. Just so we know there's going to be a lot more bushes down here. A couple rows of them, okay? Just like that. Just dark color for now. Let's rinse that brush off. Now I'm going to grab my number 2. That's a fan blender brush, but it's an oil brush, okay? And I have some of that green. I mixed the yellow, hooker green with yellow, and a little bit of hooker green, yellow, and raw sienna. I mixed it in to get this olive color. And I want to have some distant trees back here. Just coming from behind this mountain here. Okay. Just like that. That's good enough. Now rinse your brush off and then wipe it off with a paper towel. And at the very bottom, let's pull to the right at the very bottom of those bushes or trees. Just pull to the right. Very good. Now I'm going to have another row of trees in front of that with it's going to be burnt umber and mixed with a little bit of the raw sienna to get a light brown color. So let's put let's put some more trees in here with that color. Just underneath those green ones. Stay on the edge of the water this time with these brown ones. Just like that. Now take your brush and pull underneath. So we got two separate rows of trees back there. That's looking pretty good. I'll kind of give you a sneak preview. Let me grab my knife. I haven't been cleaning my knives off. Look at that. It's all full of acrylic paint. I'll give it a try even though it's dirty. But what I'm going to do eventually is line the bottom of the shore with some water, a water line there. Just like that. I'm gonna have to clean this knife, but you get the idea. Doesn't that look cool? Plus there's gonna be a tree here, so let's put the snow on our mountain now. Let me see how far along I am. I only want to make one video, 16 minutes, so let's see how dry this is. It's pretty dry already. That's pretty good. So let's grab I think this is a number 10 filbert brush. And let's put some snow up there. I'm going to use white, titanium white. And let's come up here on the right side of the peak. And let's pull the snow to the right. Just at the top of the peak, okay? And then let's come down a little lower. Let's have different angles on your mountain. Just fill this in with white. This one here. Let's come up here. Bring it, follow the ridge on that mountain. And then bring it a little bit up into this one. Okay, titanium white. Now on this big peak, come down the peak on the right side and then tie it in with the snow down here. And we're going to make this kind of turn. We'll make this mountain turn in different directions by putting some snow like this, so we have a, it's kind of hard to explain, to give this mountain a different shape, okay? Let's bring it down, kind of run it up on this one now, kind of tie these two in by pulling it up, creating like a valley in here maybe. Very lightly. This white is soaking in, so I'll probably have to hit this again with the white, but I'm just showing you how to get your snow up there right now. Mainly you just put it on the right side of the mountain first, and then this is going to be our shade color, all this other side. I'll show you what color we're going to use on that. We're going to mix a little bit of the light blue violet, okay? If you don't have light blue violet, you can use just light blue, okay? I mix a little bit of that light blue violet with a little bit of titanium white, okay? And you don't have to cover all this dark color, but let's pull some of this color from your snow. Just pull it to the left, just a little from your snow. Okay. Like I said, you don't have to cover all the gray up there, but come from your snow and pull it to the left. Maybe leave some of the darker color up there, okay? It's hard to explain, but maybe if you see what I'm doing, you'll get the idea, okay? So from my snow, I'm just pulling to the left with this blue color. Now, if you want to put that peak in the back, we'll go right over it. Go right over the snow. And then we'll make that peak go further back, okay? All right, let's do this one in the front here, and then I think we're going to be done. So grab some more white now, and we'll put some white right here on the whole side of the mountain coming down. Just like that. Put some white up here. And that looks good. I'm probably going to leave that one just like that with that darker color on that side. But there's our mountains. Doesn't that look good? After a while, when it dries, I'll come up and put some more white up there so it looks like the snow is a little brighter. Let's do our big trees now. I'm going to use a oil fan brush. This is a number 8 fan brush, and I want to put a tree right over here. So I'm going to wet my brush and get some of that dark color I made, hooker green and burnt umber, and let's put a dark tree over here. Maybe right in between these two mountains, so we don't kill the whole mountain, okay? Bring your trunk down just like that. With the corner of your brush, now I'm going to start putting on some branches, really small, because I don't want to kill my mountain. So I'm going to stamp some branches really small until I get past all the land and all that, and then I'll get wider at the bottom down here. Just start getting wider now, and there we go. We got one tree in already. See how cool that looks over this lighter color back here? It's always good to have when you're going to throw a dark tree, make sure your background is light so the tree stands out. That looks pretty good. This easy painting for a beginner. Now we're going to have a tree right on the edge over here, a little taller than that other one. Just stamp your trunk in. You can pull it down if you want. Load your brush up. Like I said, this is an oil fan brush. It works better, okay, because more stout. An acrylic brush kind of bends a lot and it doesn't put the branches on as nice as an oil brush. Kind of staying skinny on this one as well. I don't want to cover up all my mountain. Come down here and get wider, and you can kind of point your branches up down here if you want. Look at that. Doesn't that look wicked? Where am I at? 25 minutes. I got to hurry up because I don't want this to be a long video. So it's almost done. I might not add the snow back on the mountain. I might do a little bit, but it's something you can end up doing on your own after I shut the video off. But I'll get the design down for you here and highlight a few trees and the bushes so you can see how I highlight these bushes down here. There we go. That's pretty much the whole scene except for the clouds. So I might have to do a part 2. I'm not liking doing 2-part videos because you know, let's see what it's going to look like with some clouds in here. Just use my finger for a second. I think it's going to look pretty cool. With some white clouds. All right. Let's highlight some of these bushes now. I think I'm going to use a number 1 bristle brush, okay? This is all dry now, so let's see what I can do here. Trying to think of what color. I'm going to try yellow first. I got just straight yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip this brush in water, get it wet, and then get some yellow on it. Now this is almost dry, but it's still going to mix, okay, with this yellow. Let's highlight the bushes going from here up. And what I'm going to do is just highlight like the top right side of them first, just to see what it looks like with yellow. Just the top right side. I think it looks all right. I'll do this with yellow, and then we're going to try another color on the bushes down here at the bottom. So I'm just trying to hit the top parts with this yellow. All right, let's, wish I had another, let's try white down here. Rinse your brush off, get it wet, and grab some titanium white. Let's try that real quick. See what it looks like. Looks pretty good. I'll just keep them white down here. There we go. I'm just trying to make bushes really loose. I'm not trying to make them look perfect, okay? Now you could take some of that white and actually just hit the top of some of these green ones, okay? It'll make it look like flowers, okay? just a little white, okay? Now let's rinse your brush off. The same brush, the bristle brush, the 1-inch. If you don't have this brush, you're going to have to use a fan brush or something. But these brushes are easy to get at Michael's, okay? You can get a whole bag of them for, you get 20 of them for 11 bucks. I'm just adding a little blue flowers down in here now, just to get a different color. Blue flowers. Okay. Now with your brush, get a little bit of burnt umber on it, and let's come underneath these bushes and pull to the right a little, just to create some dirt down here, this burnt umber. Just a little. I'm going to use my fan brush now, the number 2 fan brush, and put some white on it. Wet my brush and put some white, and just come underneath these bushes with some white. Just like that. There we go. Looks kind of cool. All right, let's I'm going to highlight this tree with white with this fan brush. I'm going to come down and maybe hit some of the top of the branches with this white, just to make some of the branches stand out. Just like that. You don't have to highlight it if you don't want to. Since my knife is, let's see if I can clean my knife off real quick. I want to line that back with water now. There we go. I just peeled it off, okay? I got a nice clean knife. Now get a roll of white on your knife, and let's run some water across the back. And now I'm going to start coming forward a little. I'm going to put some small water lines back here and start coming forward with it. Like this. Getting bigger. Okay, now grab your original brush you made the sky with. You could rinse it off or just wipe it off with a paper towel. Whoops, I hope I still got sound. I just moved. And go across that water horizontally, just like that. Try not to hit your bushes. Let me check my sound here. I hope it's still working. All right, there you go. There's your beginner painting. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to put a few white birds up in the sky since I don't have any black out. When you're done with your brushes, make sure you rinse them off with water, because they will dry out, okay? The paint will harden up on the brushes, and there's some acrylic brushes out there that are very expensive. That's why I use these chip brushes. They're very cheap. They're like 89 cents a piece, you know. Put some birds up in your sky, and here, I'll try and do a few clouds for you. I know it's already a long video. I'll use a number 6 bristle filbert brush, okay? Wow, it's got dust in it. I just found these brushes yesterday in an old box of that I didn't go through for a while. Let's put some cool clouds up here. I'm just going to stamp in what would be the top of a cloud here, and then keep coming down a little more to make it bigger. Acrylic clouds, there's a lot of different ways to do it. This is a good way for a beginner. Now, when you make a cloud like that, grab some of that blue. I'm going to use this blue here to put a shadow underneath. Light blue violet. And then at the bottom of this cloud, I'm going to stamp in, make sure you wet your brush, light blue violet, and then stamp it in at the bottom of this cloud, okay? It's going to end up looking like a shadow, okay, underneath the cloud. You can blend it into when you're done. Doesn't that look cool? Looks like a big shadow underneath there. You could put a little bit here. If the color's too dark, just lighten it up a bit, okay? Let's do another cloud here. If you wet your brush when you do these clouds, you'll be able to go a long way with the color. You see that? You can make the clouds bigger and stamp them out further. Just like that. What I'll do on this one, I'll try and separate this one a little bit with the, let it dry for a second. Let's do one over here. Just showing you the easiest way to make these clouds. Put a shadow underneath. Now if you want to separate these clouds, it's still kind of wet, I can tell. But I think it'll work now. Let's grab some of that bluish color, and where this cloud's coming over into this one, kind of put a dark color going down there. Grab some more dark color and do the same thing on this one. Have it come over that cloud there. And then this one over that one. Just like that. This way you'll have individual clouds now going back, okay? Still put a shadow on it. There you go. Let's see how it looks in the frame. Looks pretty good. All right, there you go. I'm going to end it there because you can also put twigs in, but I don't have any dark color out. Maybe I'll try this dark green, but wet your paint, get it to run like ink, and put some twigs in your scene, okay? Get one of those really fine liner brushes, which I don't have, so I'm gonna have to get one. This is actually an oil liner brush. It doesn't make them really thin like I want them. But there you go. There's an easy beginner painting. I'll probably finish the clouds, go up higher, and put more snow, make the snow brighter on the mountains, but you don't have to. It looks good like that. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Cheers.